its political death sentence. And of course, leadership choice, the funding, and most important of all, the choice of candidates, because that is what a party is about in India. The symbol that is actually that's reduced our elections to a symbolic level in this country, because without a symbol, there's no election. People never read the name. It's only the symbol that we vote for in large measure. And therefore, the candidate choice of the party is what determines the ultimate outcome.
All of which makes the party leader even more absolute and dictatorial.
Absolutely.
So do you see this changing?
It will change, but not in isolation, because now the political culture has become so strongly rooted around individuals and party leadership that the incentives are not there in the party to change. Curiously, when the party members very often feel that they are beholden to the leader in order to survive. So it's not quite that the leader is dictatorial, it's also the party needs a dictator as a leader to broker some kind of a peace in a very fractious polity.
So once again, you have to sever it if it's going to happen.
Exactly.
A third reform that you've taken on is that you are also campaigning for the replacement of India's first-past-the-post system of voting with some form of threshold proportional representation, and you say that this would ensure that parties are national in their outlook rather than regional and local in their focus. How exactly would that work?
What's happening is, take the 6 largest states of India, UP, Bihar, not necessarily in that order, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. The Congress or BJP, the 2 largest political parties with some kind of a national spread, they are relevant to only one of the states, one of the 6 states, namely Andhra Pradesh, and only one of the parties, namely Congress. In none of the 5 other states is Congress or BJP the number 1 or number 2 party. They are either playing second fiddle or they are inconsequential. Second fiddle in Maharashtra, many other states are inconsequential as parties.
And which means that the parties that do matter there are local parties, regional and therefore local in their outlook.
Largely. Not that regional parties are bad, but a system which actually does not reward a political party with some 10-15% vote, but spread over across the whole country or the state, that system is extremely vicious in its consequences. And the second consequence of this current system of elections is precisely what we discussed earlier. The Manmohan Singhs are not electable. It's not an accident that Dr. Manmohan Singh could not get elected from India's most literate city.
And so this reinforces the wrong type of people.
Exactly.
But what about the argument that PR, if it were to be brought into India, would entrench caste, regional and language divisions?
That presupposes that right now caste is not entrenched in our society. The reality is that caste is one of the key determinants of our politics. But the difference is...
So you're saying things can't get worse on that front?
No, things will actually get better, because the difference is right now, the castes which have dominance locally, local concentrations, they are the ones that are benefiting, whereas the groups that are spread across the country or the state, they are the ones which are losing out. Therefore, it's a very skewed system which is perpetuating the feudal oligarchy.
This would change the balance?
This would change the balance.
Beyond all of this is the problem of the sort of people who enter politics. Again, your writings are very clear on this subject. You say very few with intellect, integrity, commitment to public service and passion for improvement could enter the political arena and survive. How do we change that?
I think a political system change is required. First of all, I believe a switch to proportional representation combined with some kind of a direct election at the state and local levels to the head of the government will make a significant difference, because then you don't require too much of a party support for the direct election. You don't require much of money power.
The list system would help good people get in.
They would get in. The second is empowering local governments. That will again, at the